We are down, Mayor, to traditionally we'd stop in about 7 minutes. So I'm assuming to move to the next presentation would be a little, wouldn't quite be able to do what we'd like to do. I would like to give a little preemptive side to it, and you have the presentation that was submitted out to you. The next section is really on recruitment, hiring and retention of employees. And for me, this has become a very big issue. It's one that I think some of you have recognized tonight as you talk about different areas to maybe do some bonuses out there to some employees. The problem is much bigger than that. I mean, it is one where we are at an all-time high of number of positions that we're posting, and we're not even in an aggressive posting manner. I've still held back on a lot of positions from last year's timeframe. But we're at an all-time high right now of the number of available positions. I think if we filled every position we have on the board today, Renee, what was that number? 187? 191. And that's ones we're trying to fill, which is no doubt impacting our work. I mean, our ability to get out, remediate in the community when we're just trying to work in our park systems, trying to do maintenance on our streets, working in law enforcement areas. Both police and sheriff's departments are both hindered greatly in areas from working in the jail, on the streets, to the dispatcher operations. So, and then my back of the house operations are also having a difficult time. So those positions are spanned across all the way from our maintenance workers to our professionals working in engineering or in technology in various areas like that. So we'll step through this with you, show a few things. We did our survey too last year with the employees. There's some good input that we received from those groups, so we wanted to point those things out to you. But salary is a big issue that comes into it. It's one that's identified out there. Employees identify that, and I think you see that in all organizations, but it's key in ours too. But just to show some of the discrepancies that's happened, when we look back to the compensation plan that we did back in 2015, at that time we noted we were really toward the bottom of where we were in our comparables. Well, over those last 6 years, we've done a few very low COLAs in comparison to what other competing jurisdictions or private sectors are doing. And now as we're coming out of COVID, the economy is returning to normal, this is really impacting our ability to hire, and it's impacting our ability to retain in a lot of different areas. So that's the intent of this next section. I will hold it, and we will probably lead off in our next section for that one, and unless we want to add another one for tonight, but I think we've already doing a surprise one for that anyway. So we will try to work on this more in the 15th as we move into our next sections, but it is becoming a very big issue for us. Mayor, with that, I will conclude unless there's any other comments in the last 5 minutes or questions.
Okay, well, we look forward to this presentation. Again, probably more hard news to hear, but need to hear it. That concludes our special session. We will reconvene at 7 o'clock for the full commission meeting.